Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you can see, my friend Manas with us from Embrace. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hi, you're welcome, my friend. So before we jump in and talk about Embrace, tell me a little bit about yourself as a person. What should I know about you?
So I'm a junior at Heritage High School in Frisco, Texas, and I've been a competitive badminton player for the last 6 years now. I also love playing basketball, and I'm a huge Warriors and Steph Curry fan.
I think the whole world is. So talk to me a little bit about Embrace. Why did you start this idea? What opportunity did you see?
So, like I mentioned, I do play sports, and badminton is very heavy and has a lot of pressure on your knees. And so, one of my really good friends ended up tearing her ACL in a really
Hmm.
crucial moment during practice and actually during a tournament, and she wasn't able to come back from it. So, she essentially quit the sport right after tearing her ACL. And it's kind of the story for many athletes out there, especially in basketball and badminton, that require you to jump a lot. And so, for me, seeing like a lot of my friends have to recover from injuries and not be able to do it kind of sparked the interest for me. It was like, well, there is a need for a knee brace out there that's going to help high performance athletes get back into the game and allow them to like play at the level they used to play without like hindering their performance or mobility.
So I imagine the next question you get is, how is your brace different than other braces on the market?
hmm So that was actually the very first question I got. So the idea is similar to that of an ankle boot. So you know the medical ankle boot that you get when you like tear a ligament or break a bone in your ankle is the most important part of it is the inflation, right? So you get to squeeze the little bubble on the side and inflate it to whatever extent that you want it to. And so that gives you more or less support depending on how you feel. So I wanted to implement that aspect into a knee brace because again, your knee is also the same thing, ligaments and then bones and then tendons. And so requires the same kind of support that your ankle would after an injury. And so the same concept, but in a knee brace with inflation on around all four sides instead of just on the sides, because on the side only helps you with lateral movement versus on the front and the back will help you with the pressure from landing from a jump.
Now, would all athletes wear this, or only someone who's had an injury?
So this is more for a post injury and like during recovery knee brace. And it's not like immediately after an injury. It's once you've gone through the physical therapy and everything that the doctor prescribes. It's when you're ready to get back into your sport, but you're not that comfortable with the way that whatever sport works. So you want it as kind of a comfort mechanism until you're ready to take all the braces off and be like, I'm ready to head into it head first.
Now, how did you come up with the development of it? Like, how do you, like you mentioned, it's for the front, it's for the side. How did you actually put the product together so that it would accomplish what you wanted it to accomplish?
So the product isn't fully ready per se, but the idea and the research was basically I kind of used myself on it a little bit
Mhm.
because so I've hurt my ankle a lot. I've torn ligaments, all three of my lateral right ankle. I've had stress injuries in my ankle, it's countless injuries. It's hard to walk for me sometimes. And so for me, that caused knee problems. So my right knee is completely messed up because of an injury in my left ankle with overcompensation, things like that. So I tried all the knee braces that we have at home because my mom has like knee issues as well with arthritis and things like that. And none of them actually gave me any comfort. And so I started like moving using those knee braces. I spent about 72 hours in a knee brace overnight, like 3 full days trying to figure out how that brace made me feel. And then during practice, during like jumping movements, running, and all of these things, where I needed the most support. And then I went online, did research with like the National Library of Medicine articles and all of these things. And it kind of pointed me in a direction to see what kind of support is needed for what part of the knee for what kind of movement.
So, crystal ball time, my friend, 3 to 5 years out, what are you hoping to have accomplished with this idea?
I think in the next 3 to 5 years, that would be, I think, in the very middle of my undergraduate degree. So, on the business standpoint of it, I want to understand like what kind of market this can enter into because it's not just like a medical piece of equipment, but it's also like sports equipment. And so it's a combination of the two markets. and I need to understand how exactly it fits in there. And then from like a manufacturing standpoint, I do want to be able to get this like at least like a couple prototypes out there, like first or second prototypes, to understand like how it works and then what tweaks need to be made, and then continue building from there to maybe in like some 10 years time.
So what's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to learn more about your idea?
So to learn more about my idea, we do have an Instagram called Embrace Inflatables. Haven't really been active on that social media much, but to learn more about like my business standpoint of how I'm growing, I do DECA. It's a business competition across the globe, and so I have my Instagram DECA Manas,
Mhm.
and that's where I do a lot of my like professional development as I guess aspiring business professional.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.